Hey everyone, it is just gone 12 o'clock on Wednesday. Today is the 2nd of April, so it's not April Fool's Day anymore. So we have to be not as mindful that people might be telling you a furphy. So everyone's got their drink ready, I see over in the comments. You got your coffee, Jeanette? And Rod said she's got herself an iced tea. 9 p.m. Tuesday. And how are you going, Cherie? Nice to see you here today. So today's not a work day, is it? I know some days this time definitely wouldn't suit you, but today must be good. Good to hear. Hello, Maureen. Nice to see you. Have I missed anyone? I think it's just that small group chatting. We definitely get a smaller number of people watching the Scrapbook Spotlight videos. I would love to change that. I would love for it to take off and everyone to realize how cool this is, all these lovely kits that we've been using. And hopefully you'll also see how you can use them for cards as well. So even if you're not a scrapbooker, you may really love the scrapbooking kits because there's a lot of good value in there. There's two-tone cardstock, which we covered yesterday for anyone who missed that one. So we did, for our Technique Tuesday, we did ways to use two-tone cardstock. And there is two-tone cardstock featured in the kits. So that's a really cool thing. Just going down and having a little look. Oh, Kerry's here. Hello. Hello, Kerry. How are you? So, I have you for 3 weeks. Is it school holidays? I don't think it is here yet. Must be a Queensland thing. Or is it just you're taking the week off? I don't know. I don't know how all that works. All right. So we've got our drinks handy. I've got my my Stampin' Up flask, but don't worry, there's only water in it. So I'm going to make sure I stay hydrated. Hey, Joanne, how are you? Oh, okay. Makes sense. That makes sense, Cherie. Yeah. Well, my kids went to a private school too when they were back in school. They're not anymore. Obviously, it's been a couple of years now since the last one finished school. But we always got that extra week as well. Well, certain times of the year. We didn't get it every single term. So they only had the extra week in the middle holidays, the July holidays, where we got the extra week. Ookie dookie. All right, all the schools kind of do their own thing, it seems like, doesn't, especially the private schools. They don't have to follow all the same rules as everybody else. All right, so I'm going to be showing you our kit. Each month I'm doing what I'm calling a kit of the month, okay? And last month our kit was the Storybook Life kit. That was the one I encouraged you to get. Did anyone end up buying this one? Who's got this kit? It's a really cute kit, particularly good for, I think, 2 groups of people. One's with babies, so grandparents, mums, anyone who's got babies in their lives, because they're very, they've got some really lovely elements that work well for baby photos. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Absolutely, Jeanette, you are correct. But I'm still sticking with the water. How are you, Joanne? Are you well? Nice to have you with us. All right. So the other type of person that I think works really this is if you have a garden, because there's lots of gardening elements. You know, there's wheelbarrows and carrots and fun things like that. So if you're a gardener and you have some gardening photos, you may find that your photos work really, really well with this kit. If you like the kit, but you're not sure what you'd use it for, you know, obviously you can turn it to other things as well. I don't really have a lot of garden in my life at the moment. I mean, that may change down the track, but I have some pot plants, and that's about all I have. I'm not spending time outside to garden. I do prune my roses when it's the winter, because that's when you're supposed to prune them around here, about June, July. So last year I didn't. Last year I actually missed the window to prune, and so it had a much shorter flowering life this year. So I must remember to do that when we come up to June, July. So those are the 2 types of people that probably are really going to be focused on this kit, but you may find there's other people that can use them as well. And I'll talk a little bit about that. The photos that I've chosen for today are the closest thing I've got to babies in my life at the moment. And that's these So I've got little baby Crumpet photos. You can see Merlot, he was just so besotted with Crumpet from the moment he came home, really. He just decided that Crumpet was his baby and he was going to look after him. And there's Crumpet having a little sleep when he was a little baby. So I thought, well, they're kind of baby photos. That would work with the baby theme. So some of you may have fur babies. So that's kind of a subcategory, isn't it? Yeah, we do eat vegetables. That's true. That's true. So there's other ways we can kind of make this kit work for us, even if we're not vegetable gardeners or gardening people, and we're not parents of new babies or grandparents of new babies. And then you've got people like Denise. I don't know if Denise is watching today, because I think she does usually spend time with her new baby, her grandbaby, on a Wednesday quite often. Maybe was that Tuesdays or Wednesdays. So I don't know if she's watching today, but I know she's done some things with this kit. So that works really well with a new baby. So there are a lot of colors in this kit. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn over. I'm going to switch over to the desk. Let's get going. And I'm turning over. So this is the kit called Storybook Life, and you can see the instruction sheet sitting there on the top, and I'll take you through what's in it, and then we're going to make our page. Okay, so it's called Storybook Life. Now the suite in the mini catalog is called Storybook Moments. So it's a slightly different twist on the name. So I'll just quickly show you that. Storybook Moments, where are you? Here at the front, here we go. All right, so this is the Storybook Moments suite, and it goes over several pages because there's quite a bit of some lovely samples and things like that you can have a look at. And sorry about my camera stand makes a shadow at this time of the day when the sun is directly above. So that's the only thing wrong with going. I could put the blind down, but it's such beautiful light coming through the window. So if it bothers anybody, I'll put the blind down. There you go. Roz just mentioned it's also good for people who just love Beatrix Potter. Absolutely. Oh, Jeanette, see, you could use this with the two rag dolls, Mama and a Bubby. Oh, I'm going to be up on the big TV, am I? It's my moment at 5, my 15 minutes of fame, Kate. That's what that is. You use the carrot paper for your carrot-loving dog. Houses for trips to Stratford. Oh, yes, we've got those little English houses and the B-sides. We'll have a look at all those in a second. But, yeah, if anyone has any other ideas. Oh, yeah, Sherry's talking about cooking. Absolutely. I don't take enough photos. I mean, if you look through my camera roll, there's a million photos of cats. But if I was to maybe ease off on the cat photos, I really need to take more photos of my life generally, because that's great for scrapbooking. And when I used to scrapbook a lot more when I was younger, because I really went through a big scrapbooking stage, I used to take photos all the time of everything. And I think now I need to get back into that habit, especially if I'm going to be doing things like our virtual album retreat, which is coming up, and things like that. More on that later. If I forget, someone remind me. All right. So we're talking. So you can see here somebody's used some pictures of their veggie garden, and they've used all those lovely little. So there's some really good ideas in the catalogue about how you might use these papers, okay, and these elements. There's also dies and there's stamps. So there are, oh, no, went too far. Don't want that one. Let's go back. Where am I? I missed this page. All right, so the suite in the catalog's got 2 stamp sets and 2 matching die sets. The one I wished I had today, I wished I had this one, the Storybook Friends frames. I was hoping to use those, but I don't have them. So that's the end of that. This beautiful petal pink ribbon, I do have that. I should grab that out and show you because it's so lovely. In fact, I bought the ribbon before. I bought the ribbon and the paper before I bought anything else. And then I bought the scrapbook kit after that. Let me just see if I can find it. Here it is. It's gorgeous. It's got like a scallop edge. Can you see it? It's really, really beautiful. I'll try and get it close enough that you can actually see that. It's wanting to blur out, but can you see it? It's really, really beautiful. So that's lovely, that ribbon. And the petal pink goes really nicely. Now, something I wanted to do was pull out all the inks that match the paper. Okay, this paper here in the catalogue is the same paper that is in the scrapbook in here. However, you have choices. Okay, you can buy the Storybook Moments 12 by 12 designer series paper, which is 12 sheets, and it includes, so it's 5 double-sided designs, 2 of each, so there's a total of 10, and then 2 pages of die cuts. Okay, so the little pages of die cuts make it a specialty paper, and that's what's included. And that's $29 because it's a specialty paper. Okay, however, there is another option. You can, if you want to, upgrade from this DSP pack to the DSP Plus stickers. Now, the stickers sheets actually are fantastic if you're going to be scrapbooking, but you can use them for cards as well, and I'll show those to you in a moment. If you're buying the scrapbooking kit, you get the paper and the stickers and all the other bits and pieces as well. And I actually think the kit is really good value. The kit here in Australia is $61, and it includes lots of things, and we're going to go through what they all are. So I'm just looking here at the back, and I've started, before we were going live, I started to pull out all the inks, and I didn't realize until I went to pull them all out how many colors there actually are. So basic beige, boho blue, Cajun craze. So that's those 3 right there. And then Calypso Coral, Cherry Cobbler, and Crumb Cake. That's these 3. All right, that one's faded, but yeah, it's a darker orangey coral color. Let me move those up. And then we have Early Espresso, Lost Lagoon. There's so many. I should put them all out like this so that people can actually see them properly. What else have we got? Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, I've got those. Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive. So many colours. Look at them all. That's a lot of colours in a paper, don't you think? And Boho Blue is retiring. Then we have Pebble Path, also retiring. Pecan Pie, Wild Wheat, also retiring. So there's all the colours in here. Interestingly, with our colours that are retiring, and these are actually on the last chance list right now. I haven't checked yet today to see. All right, so these are all the colours. I'm putting them in no particular order. There's another one there, Pebble Path. Let's throw that one in there. That's all the colours. That's a lot of colours in one pack, don't you see? Don't you think? I know, lots of options. Yeah, that you're right. That's exactly what it does, Cherie. It gives you lots of choices. Okay, so I'm just going to move these over because we'll no doubt come back and use some of these. Now, these packs, you're thinking, well, where is this in the catalogue? It isn't, okay? Because when they started producing these, the catalogue was already decided upon, gone to printing, or them had run through the whole process of being ready to go, and then they decided to release these because that's in that interim period was when Close to My Heart came over to Stampin' Up. So Close to My Heart, as they were, have closed their doors, and now you can buy a lot of Close to My Heart products, but also now rebranded Stampin' Up products, which are new to us, to support that Close to My Heart part of the business, and all of us who scrapbook as well. Okay, so I wasn't a Close to My Heart person, but I've been scrapbooking for years and years and years. So I do run scrapbooking classes up in the Hunter Valley. We have one tomorrow, actually. If anyone's local to the Hunter and would like to join us, I have space. This is I'm going to be one of my layouts I'm going to be doing with this one. The other layout, let me see, it's here on the desk. I made it yesterday and put up and I did it with the Meant to Be scrapbooking suite. I don't know if you can see it there. Okay, so I did this one yesterday, and we're doing this one at class tomorrow. I did not use one of the instructions in the kit. I went rogue and did my own design, okay, which you can also do. You don't have to stick to the instructions. So let's have a look at those. All right, so these are the 6. If you follow the instructions, these are the 6 layouts that you would make. Okay, so as you can see, 3 double page. So this is number 1, these 2 pages. Number 2 are these 2 pages, and number 3 are these. And I love these kits because if you haven't seen one before, it actually goes through what materials you'll need. You're going to need this kit, obviously. You're going to need the Lost Lagoon Classic Stamp Pad. That's the only ink they've actually used on here. And it's actually been, I can see they've got some shapes behind here and so forth. So they haven't actually used any other inks, but we can use other inks if we want to. And then blending brushes, stamp and seal, or whatever glue you like, and a paper trimmer, obviously, to cut your pieces, and paper snips. Okay, so that's all you actually actually need to put this whole kit together? You don't need much. So $61 for the kit, plus you would need an ink pad, some blending brushes, which you might already have, some glue, which nearly everyone has, a paper trimmer, which is pretty essential for all paper craft, and paper snips or a good sharp pair of scissors. Okay, so those things. Hey, Jolene, thank you so much for joining us today. Hey, Donna, I see we've got a few extra people here. I'm sorry if I've missed anyone. All the way from Washington. So beautiful over there, Donna. I'm excited because next year's incentive trip is going back to Washington. We'll be in Seattle for a night before we leave on our Alaska cruise. So I'm very excited to be back there because it's one of my favorite places. Are you in Seattle or are you out in the country somewhere? All right. So we have different options here for colors. This one here, the third one, you can see we've got, they've got 3 photos on here. So one of the first things I do when I start looking at these, I look at my photos and I think, okay, I could do these exactly as they are, but I like to start, just me personally, I like to start with my photos. Okay. So that might sometimes mean changing up some of the colors. So last month when we did the Meant to Be kit, I changed up the colors a little bit to go with my photos. Okay, so hey, Kathleen, nice to see you. So personally, that's how I do it, but you don't have to. There is a couple of things in here. Let me see if I've got them. There are some placeholders in here, and I think there's probably more in here as well. Give me a second because there should be some more. We'll probably find them when I pull everything out. Let's pull everything out. These bags being 12 by 12 are really handy as well. I keep them to put like all my, when I'm doing a class, I'll use those bags to put stuff in, all my, my pages and things. All right, let's have a look at the paper first. You can see all the cute little bunnies. How cute are they? All right, and on the back of that, we have strawberries because everyone loves strawberries, right? What's not to love? All right, so 2 sheets of that. Then we have this gorgeous green paper. Now, not all the paper in the scrapbooking kit is exactly the same as the paper, the DSP that you buy as standalone. Okay, they're a little bit different. So I just want to mention that. Then we have on the back of this one, we have like a gingham, but it's like a pecan pie gingham, which is really, really nice. And crumb cake. I really like that. But I love this green. That's beautiful. All right, then we have this gorgeous Calypso coral paper, which is just beautiful. I'm wondering if I should put the window down because I'm getting quite a shadow here now. The sun's got a bit brighter. Let me just put the window down and see the blind down and see if that helps. I'm going to do that. Give me a moment. So it's going to darken everything up, but it's going to get rid of the shadow. And I think that might be better because I've still got enough light. Can everyone see that okay? So I'm just moving that around a little bit. All right. Okay. If anyone feels that it's not bright enough, I'll open up the window again. All right, and on the back of that one, we have a tartan, which is Calypso Coral, Petal Pink, Basic Beige, and I feel like there's another colour in there. It looks good, doesn't it? I like those ones. Oh, here we go. Here's our place savers. All right, so what these are, okay, it actually tells you on the back it's a 4 by 6, just checking that. 4, yep, by 6, perfect, yep, okay. And what these are for, okay, is if you haven't got photos but you want to start creating, you can actually put these in instead of the photos so that you can add the photos later. Okay, so you can go ahead and make up the pages and then find the photos that you want to add. Personally, I prefer to start with my photos and choose the colors accordingly. That's why sometimes I choose the colors that I do. It's based on the photos rather than what the kit tells me to do. You don't have to stick. Don't feel naughty. This kit is meant to inspire you. It's a bit like a sketch, okay? So the paper's gorgeous, isn't it, Kathleen? It's just beautiful. All right. And on the back of this one, you can see there's nothing. That's because these are specialty papers that are only available in the kit. You cannot get them, purchase them any other way. You have to get the kit to get these. This one's just all strawberries. How cute is that? Look how cute they are. Super, super millions of strawberries. All right, that's only one-sided. This one is also a one-sided one. It's a blue tartan. That's really cool, and a 12 by 12 sheet. And then we get up to our two-tone paper. Now, if you missed the video yesterday, all about two-tone paper and some things you can do with it, definitely go and check that out, because I really enjoyed putting those together yesterday. And we made a couple of cool cards, including this one. Okay, this is using two-tone paper. How good does that look? I loved this card, how it turned out yesterday. I thought that worked really well. So if you love two-tone paper, the good news is from the 6th of May, when the new catalogue goes live, you'll be able to get two-tone paper in 12 by 12 in every single Stampin' Up! Colour. Okay, so that's really, really exciting. So we have Calypso Coral here, and it's two-tone. Can you see how it's darker on one side than the other? So the dark side is more like the actual ink colour, and then we've got it toned down. All right, we've got white. We've got Crumb Cake. And we've got Pebble Path. And just remember, you won't be able to get these colours. Once this kit is gone, these colours are going, because the Pebble Path and the Wild Wheat, if there's a Wild Wheat one, I don't know that there is. But there is Wild Wheat in the DSP. Those colours are retiring. Okay, so you won't be able to get your hands on those anymore. And wasn't there another one? What was the other colour? There was a third colour. Oh, boho blue, because the boho blue, which is in here in the DSP, like for example, that's boho blue there in the background. That's also going. Okay, so you know, I would recommend that you get these now if you want to get those colours. All right, some more place holders. All right, and then we have. Okay, so that's what's in your kit. Oh, hang on. Where did the sticker sheets go? Where did I put the sticker sheets? Did I take them out already? I must have. Oh, my goodness. You know what? That's because I used them the other night. Let me have a second pack. I thought that pack hadn't been opened, but it had. All right, so at the back of this, see, I've got a couple of kits available ready because I'm using it in class. That's why I need them. There's quite a number of sheets of white, and then at the back you've got your sticker sheets. Okay, so the sticker sheets I think are fantastic. You can use them as stickers. If you want to use them as like elements popped up on dimensionals, you'll need to get rid of the sticky. And I have shown how to do that before, but I'll show that again today. You could use any, you know, You Are So Sweet. Well, that would definitely go with my kitty cat photos, because how sweet is Crumpet when he's fast asleep? Super, super cute. All right. And then there's a sheet of die cuts. This sheet of die cuts is exclusive to the kit as well. Okay. So that's right. It was the boho blue. Exactly. You make copies of the photo placements. Good idea. That's a great idea, because sometimes it's a really handy thing to do. I mean, you could just put a piece of white cardstock, measure it to size, and put the piece of white cardstock in there. Now, this is great if you wanted, like, I could lift, you know, push this out if I wanted to, and put a photo in behind there. So I've got that beautiful frame around it. There's only one per pack, so I'm not going to use it in my scrapbook class, but it is one of the ones that they used in the instruction sheets. This one, see that there? That's what that is. Okay, and then they've used Springtime, which is one of the stickers. That one there, perfect for a garden, right? Those garden photos would be absolutely fantastic. All right, I'm going to put this back in this kit, and I better find myself the other. They're on the table here somewhere. But the other stickers, I'm glad I noticed that they're gone, that they're not in there, because otherwise I wouldn't have those tomorrow. So I'm very glad I found them. All right, I'm going to keep my instruction sheet out. I have also got, this is something I bought myself. This is a pack of, because you can buy this separately, a pack of Crumb Cake 12 by 12. And this is Crumb Cake two-tone. Okay, can you see the difference between those two colours? Because I'm going to give all the girls in the class this to work on. And if I was just working with what's in the kit, it's not going to be enough for a class of 5 or more people. So, so I bought extra sheets. So I've got something I can give them all, unless they want one of the other colours, and that's fine too. All right, does that kind of make sense? So I'm actually going to work on, for today, because I'm going to show them what we've done tomorrow, I'm going to work on a crumb cake piece. And here we go. This is something else you can purchase if you wish. All right. So if you wanted to, you can actually buy the matching two-tone Storybook Life paper. Okay. The cardstock in 12 by 12. That comes as a separate thing. So if, for example, you want more of some of the other colors, not just a single color like Crumb Cake, then you could buy these. So I'm just going to open this up so you can see what's in it. So this one gives us a couple of sheets of each color. This is 2 sheets of the boho blue, 2 sheets of the calypso coral, 2 sheets of crumb cake, 2 sheets of Lost Lagoon, 2 sheets of old olive, and finally 2 sheets of wild wheat. Okay, so there's your wild wheat if you wanted to use that. Actually, it's lunchtime here, Linda. So it's 12, what time is it? 12:26 is the time. All right, so I'm going to work on this, and I'm deciding whether to go with the light side or the dark side. I'm actually thinking the light side. I really rather like that. I'll tell you what else would look good with this would be basic beige would look nice with this as well. Okay, so in fact, that looks to me like basic beige, although it could be soft seafoam, but that's really nice, that one. So I've been deciding which one will I use. Okay, I've got 2 photos, or I could just use 1 photo. Okay, so do I want to go with, there's 2 photos on this one, there's 2 photos on this one, they've got a full-size one and a square photo, see that? Then there's 3 on this one, but you could always just have 2, you wouldn't have to have the 3rd if you wanted to. 3 on this one, 3 on this one. So go through, and only 1 on this one, so go through and work out which one aligns best with your photos. So if I want to use both pictures, then this one definitely aligns the best. But I don't necessarily want, they've used pictures of tulips. I don't want radishes and pots and peas. I'll probably choose something different. I do like that they've got this full piece of the green here, and they've got these lovely borders down the side. Now the borders come from the sticker sheets. This is actually a very, very simple, really simple project. And because I'm wanting some of my other ladies to have enough as well, I would either make up more of these little corners, or I would probably also use 1 corner on my page so that there's enough for them to use more. So yeah, there's a couple of different ways we could do that. I do like this one here that's got the little girl with the bubby, and then they've actually got a smaller square photo, which I really like. I could easily cut down this one and make it a 4x4 and get just his face, because we don't really need all his fluffy tummy, although his fluffy tummy is really cute. Don't you think? Just having, yes, something else. We don't want pots and vegetables. You're correct. Mice and birds would be more suitable. Yes. They are very cute. They're very cute. I know. Oh, of course you're on South Australian time. Of course, I forget, Leslie. I forget because I think Broken Hill, that's New South Wales, and I forget that you're actually on a different time zone out there. Who decided that? I guess it makes sense. You are closer to Adelaide than you are to Sydney, right? How far is it to Adelaide from where you are? All right. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with this one here. But you can see they used a piece of pebbled path paper. I could, but I'm actually going to stick with the lighter paper. I think it looks nice against his fur. I think that's really lovely. Do I want to use the green, or do I want to go with one of the other colors? So I have a number of choices. Okay, so let's have a little look here at the paper. And if you want to, you could use, like this is using the DSP, but if I wanted to use what's in the, I do want to use what's in the kit. Give me a second, guys. I've buried it under a million other things. So let's pull out this paper and see what's going to look really nice. The old olive would look nice, but I'll tell you what, the calypso coral would look really good too. So that would look really nice behind. It's nice, isn't it? And with this, I like those two. That looks really good with his orange fur. But then so does the green. So I could go with the green. I still like the tartan. What do you guys think? Do you like the green, or do you like the calypso coral? What do you think? They're both really lovely. So many choices. 3 hours to Mildura. Ah, and yeah, that's Victoria. Yeah, it is beautiful out there. I'd love to, I know it's beautiful because I've got friends out there, and I know people out there, but I've never been. I'd love to go. The green clashes with the carpet, which looks like peacock. It's actually the peacock. It's actually brown carpet, but it didn't come up brown in those photos, does it? It definitely has like almost a tealy color. going on, but it is actually brown carpet because it's the carpet in this room actually. So that's kind of interesting. But we think the green clashes. So well, do we want to look at some other options? Let's see. We've also got wild wheat. Let's have a look and see how that looks. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. So that's interesting. That's also, but I feel like that's not enough. I feel like it's too monotone. I feel like I want something a little bit more interesting. So maybe we are headed back to the orange. And I'm just looking to see what people think. And we've got, well, we have plenty of the wild wheat. The wild wheat, I think, looks nice. Another option would be this one, which is Lost Lagoon. That might look good. Ooh, sorry, all the paper just fell down. Push it back up and stay there, paper. So that looks nice. The other thing is if I ended up using any ribbon, which I might, it goes okay with these colors, but it probably goes better with the Calypso. Oh, Jennifer said tartan. Try the boho. Okay. Let me see. I don't have a lot of the boho. That's the only thing. And I'll be using different colors depending on what. So that's the boho. The Lost Lagoon looks good, doesn't it? All right. So is this the tartan that you meant, Jennifer? Or did you mean a different tartan? Because we have a couple. Let me quickly find them. Do we have any more tartan? Ah, this one. Oh, that's the back of the Calypso Coral. So yeah, that also would look okay. But then I wonder if it's too much tartan with this as well. Then I maybe trade this if I'm going to use that. Lots of options. So yeah, I'm tossing up Kerry between the Calypso and the Lost Lagoon. They're the two I like the best, I think. So the hardest part is choosing colors and designs and things. I think that is really tricky. That does look good. And it's actually got some wild wheat. Well, I think it's wild wheat, or is it? Oh, it's hard to tell. It's a greeny, goldy color. So it could be wild wheat, but it might be old olive, actually, now I'm looking at it in the design. So the tartan clashes with Crumpy. Lost Lagoon with boho highlights worked well. All right. What about... No, I'm coming back to this one all the time. I think I've decided definitely this one. All right, I'm going to do this little guy here. All right, and I've made my decision. Now you can see here, it's the green that they're using on here. Okay, so let's have a little look. The green. So and this is number 1. So we're going to look at number 1 and find that green paper. Here it is. Okay, so they're saying the cut orientation, and those two colors to get this here. Okay, but we're using different ones, but I'll just replace this with the green. Okay, it says the front of this is the green paper, and we're cutting it 10 by 12, which means we're cutting 2 centimeters off 2 inches of one side. The other piece is 2 by 10. Okay, so yeah, that's 1A. That's what they're talking about to do this one. So I love that they give you all the measurements. It just makes it so easy. All right, so let me cut. I'm going to pull my trimmer out. The actual doing part of this, once we actually get started, is actually really fast. All right, it's the thinking about it. So this is 10 by 12. Now that piece is ready. And this piece is 2 by 10. So I'm going to pop that in here at the 2 centimeter mark and cut the other side at 10. Okay. So I've got my 2 pieces now. This piece, I'm going to get rid of these for a moment. Oh, there's something sticky on the back of that. A glue dot. Well, that'll do it. Made a mark on here, but no one's going to care because we're going to cover them up. Yay. Right, so that's going to go on here. Oh, did I cut that the wrong way? Hang on a second. Ugh. I could actually have cut another strip off here because that's going to end up on here. Like that. So, and you can see looks like there's about 1 inch at the bottom and about 1 inch at the top because remember we cut 2 inches off, so it's even in the middle there. But I could actually cut 2 inches off and then use that piece for something else later rather than covering it up. Let me cut. It just means we're saving paper, that's all. All right, so now it's 10 by 10, roughly. And then this piece is going to go there. They'll go next to each other rather than covering it up. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these down. You can turn, if you're more of a visual person, you can just follow the picture, which is what I tend to do. But if you wanted to follow the instructions, it tells you to adhere 1F, which is the one that that we had before, because they're all got a number. Okay, so it's telling you 1F was the green. Okay, put that down to the base. We've done that, and here 1G to that piece in between. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put this over, and I'm going to use, you can use seal, you can use Tombow, you can use whatever you like for this bit. So come on. And I know I haven't looked at the screen to see comments for a few minutes, so I'm sorry if I'm missing comments. I'll have a very quick look in a moment. We go, hey, Tanya, how are you? Oh, yeah. Well, we're not having spring here because we don't do that. Well, we do, but not until September. So that's a different story altogether, isn't it? So I'm just putting that there with this piece. I'm going to put this piece here over the edge. Okay, and I'm going to line that up. The thing is about scrapbooking, you want your photos to be the focus. Okay, you don't want to be fussing around so much with all your bits and pieces that you lose the focus of the photos. You want the photos to really shine. So it's a way of telling a story, if you like. Okay, that's good. Liking that. Now, can you see here that we have a scallop sticker over the edge here? So I need to pull out my stickers. And you will find, I can't help myself, I will deviate slightly from what's here because, first of all, we already decided we don't want veggies. We want other things, okay? And also, these are on a white mat, I noticed, so I will probably cut a little white mat for those. And they've got a piece of the tartan coming out from behind, so we could add that. That could actually be something that might look good. We'll have a look and see if we want to, what we want to add to that. Or we may go with something else. Here's my scallop sticker. I'm going to just pull it off my sticker sheet. And I can see they've got that facing. Oh, I need to cut. I should have done it before I took it off. I need to cut 2 inches off it because this is 12 by 12 and I need it to be 10. So it's going to stick to my trimmer, but I'll just not push it down very hard. So yeah, this is actually close to 12 as well. So I'm going to put that right there along, cover up that joint and bring it straight down to the bottom here. Like that. Oh, that looks cute straight away. Doesn't it look cute? Oh, hello, Margaret. Nice to see you. We're so glad to have you with us. So how are you feeling today? I hope you're better. Yeah, and Cherie asked, are you home? That's my question as well. Yes, it's autumn now, Linda. That's correct. Yeah, we've heard about it, but I haven't done anything else about that. All right, so the next thing they put down was a orange piece. Let me have a quick look and see. That's 1G is what they called that. So I probably should have put that down before I put this down. But you know what? If you've gone ahead and put your stickers down first, and you don't want to actually, because I should have put that, put that down so that the sticker goes over the top of the Calypso Coral. So I'm actually going to, so 1G is the Calypso Coral piece. Let's go back and find that. Here it is. 1G is 2.5 by 10. That's a lot wider than I would have done for that. So I'm actually just going to make I would like a piece of the Calypso Coral. And I'm going to pull it out of my paper pack here. And I'm just going to cut a one, or how, I think half an inch. I only want a small strip. So I'm deviating from the plan a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, but I want this to be 10 centimeters. Sorry, 10 inches. I keep saying centimeters instead of inches. I've got to remember when I'm scrapbooking, I'm talking inches. You guys will have to be patient with me as I mess up all my words. All right, so that is going to go straight down here. All right, so I'm actually going to have that next to that, which will reduce this a little bit. Maybe I should have done it the other way. Maybe I'll go over that a tiny bit. That looks good. Yeah, I'm going to do that. All right, so I'm going to, and do I want the dark side or the light side? Maybe the light side would look nice. All right, I'm going to cover, I'm going to put my glue on the dark side. I'm going to pop that from here. I'm going to move it so it just goes over that join as well. I noticed I just made that a tiny bit too long, so I'm just going to trim it. There we go. All right, so it's coming together. All right, so then what next does it say? Put the scallop sticker over 1G. Yeah, I should have put 1G down first. 1G was the Calypso Coral bit. Never mind. Got that wrong. Doesn't matter. That's the thing. Doesn't matter. If you mess it up, just change the order of things or move them around a little bit. Adhere 1J and place stickers on corners. Okay, so I'm actually, what's 1J? Let's see how big they want that to be. 1F. So this is white cardstock I'm looking for. 1J. They've made it 6 1/4 by 8 1/2. Okay, so that's big enough for your 2 photos to go on. So let's grab some white willow, which is the name of the paper, and it's 6 1/4 by 8 1/2. So I'm going to go 6 1/4 inches by 8 1/2. And then I've got room here. And these guys are going to fit right here on my white willow paper. So I can move those in a little bit. That's looking good, isn't it? Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. Ah, I'd like to know what that's like too. That sounds good, Nicole. Can you let us know whether you liked it? Because it sounds really interesting. All right, I'm going to put these. I've still got a little, okay. I've still got a glue dot residue on that. I'm going to move this over and I have this on this side because I can put my photo corner-y thing over here and that'll cover that up, I think. Anyway, all right, so I'm going to glue this down. And I'm popping it in so it's a little bit, it has about the same amount of distance top and bottom so that it'll be in the right place. And then this one is going to go right here. And so there's about the same amount of distance between the photos all the way around. see you all chatting away. Oh, you're home, Margaret. That's great. Well, it's lovely to have you with us today. So good. Are you waiting on test results still? Or do you know what's happening? What the next step is? All right. Yeah, Tanya's right. You will heal quicker at home. Absolutely. That's correct. All right. Okay, so the next thing it tells me to do, it says don't use adhesive along the top and bottom edges of IJ. I already did, but anyway, that's okay. Other pieces will be placed behind them. Oh, okay, yeah, so I should have, I could still do, oh no, that's right, I haven't done it yet. Okay, so it's saying you leave this side open so that when you want to use like this little bit, you can slide it in underneath and the bottom. Okay, so the top and bottom edges. So we're actually only going to glue it down at the sides. All right, so I'm actually going to go ahead and do that. Just going to use it at the sides. So it's good that they tell you that kind of stuff so that can kind of, before you, you know, kind of mess it up. I'm deciding how far down I want this to be. About there, I think. And I'm having it so it's a little bit closer to the scallop. A little bit more room over here, but I'm keeping it parallel to those edges. All right, that's looking really cute, even though we haven't done everything yet. All right, so now I'm wondering, this piece at the bottom, see how they've got this piece here? And I'm wondering if we should use that Calypso Coral tartan like they did, but let's have a little look and see. We've got a couple of options, but this one, I think it would look good. It's got a little bit of wild wheat in it. I think that's nice, actually. So what size is this? Let's have a look back at our cutting instructions. Okay, here it is here, the cut orientation. Okay, so it says 9.5. So this is for number 1, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking. So this is the paper we're talking about. That's the only place I think they cut it. Yes, it is. All right, so and here on our piece, here it is. Okay, it's calling it 1I. Okay, and the label sticker behind 1J. So 1I. So let's find it. 1I. Oh no, that's 2I. Let's find the 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, here it is. 8 3/8 by a half. So it's only a half wide, a half inch. So let me cut that. So we're going with the half. So even if you didn't put it behind, you could actually, and then 8 and, did they say 8 3/8? Yes, they did. 8 3/8. So this, you could just butt it up against that bit if you wanted to, or you could actually slide it in there. Up to you. I'm going to slide it in. I think even the Calypso Coral would look nice there. You know what? I'm looking at that. I'm wondering if I like that better. Do you like the Calypso Coral better? Which one? Do we like the tartan or do we like the Calypso Coral? You can see it's a little bit less long than this, so it will actually fit behind. What do you guys think? Yeah, it's a photo. This is actually the day after Crumpet came home from the pound. Okay, we rescued him as a little foster, not a foster, but he was rescued from the pound, adopted. And you like the tartan? Okay, I'll stick with the tartan then, because that's what you said. So let's go. So I'm going to put my glue on this side. Yeah, so we bought them home, and we'd read. I was really worried about, you know, how Merlot was going to go with, because Merlot had been with us for a year by the time Crumpet came to live here. Oh, I'm just going to put it up against that. I'm not even going to slide it behind. I'm just going to put it there. That's fine. No one would ever know. Okay. You'd love another ginger kitty. Yeah, I know. They're special, aren't they, Tanya? All right. Looks good. Like it. All right. So let's have a quick look at the next one. Okay. So and then the other one, it says to use a sticker at the top. And that's that's from our sticker sheet again. So let me find that one more time. Here it is. That's, oh, is it the sticker or is it a die cut? Well, I do have to put stickers on corners. Okay, so I'm actually going to put one of these stickers right across here, and I'm actually going to put it, it does actually say you should put it here, but I was hoping to cover up that glue dot mark. I might have to do the glue dot mark with my, actually try and attack it with my, I might have to use my adhesive remover for this. Oh, hang on, here we go. It's like performing delicate surgery, isn't it? Here it goes. Yay, got it. All right, that looks good. Yeah, I think that's right, Nicole. I think that's right. And we've been reading all this stuff about, you know, how you shouldn't introduce them too quickly and you keep them separate for, you know, a week or days or however long it is, and, you know, put them on separate sides of a door, allow them to smell each other under the door, that kind of stuff. Merla was so desperate. We had the door closed the first night. Merla was so desperate to get into the room where Crumpet was. He was not happy. He was meowing and not happy at all. And we decided, it became, when we opened up the door, he just went and laid down next to Crumpet's cage. He had him in like a little cagey thing. And he just laid there, and they sniffed each other through the bars. And, you know, it was so clear that there was no threat whatsoever to Crumpet, that Merla was going to love him from the get-go. And we have these beautiful videos of the very first time we opened up the cage and Crumpet came out, and how sweet they were together. And Merla just started licking him, and then Crumpet just curled up and went to sleep up against his stomach, you know, like it was just the most perfect. They, you know, I think Crumpet was a little bit young, to be honest, to be taken from his mum, and he was just ready for a new parent, and Merlo was ready. he's a big, good mummy. That's what we call him. So, yeah. Okay, that's good then. Okay, so it's looking good. I was wondering, though, where that tag is. Did I have to cut one? Because that looks like it might be one of the die cut sheets, and that's what I think maybe I'm missing. There is a sticker. If I wanted to have a smaller one, I could do, can you see, like there's a sticker here, and I could put that behind here. And in fact, maybe that's what I'll do. And I'll just put that piece in instead of having the sticker. But I think that might be in the die cut, the, what do we call it? Yeah, the die cut sheet, the die cut pieces. I'm going to quickly look, because I thought it was a sticker, but I don't think it is. Anyway, anywho, we're good. I think that looks fine, okay, just as it is. Now, we've got a couple of other pieces that we need to add in, but we're nearly there. They've got this pot and stuff, okay. I'm thinking we don't want a pot, and I'm also thinking that I would like to have some words. I could put them here on like a white banner, or I could put them down the bottom, okay? And that's because in addition to all these pieces that we've been looking at, there's also a stamp set that goes with this. And the stamp set is called Storybook Life, the same as this, okay? Now, this is not in the catalogue. This was in the special scrapbooking brochure, but you will find it in the online store. And I like this special moments. I thought that would really be special with this page. I thought that would go really nicely. So this is an add-on to what I'm doing. But I do want to have something down here in this corner to replace this. So there's a few things we could try. Some strawberries might be nice. Yes, I know it's got nothing to do with the cats, but strawberries are sweet, and so are they, right? So that's a possibility. What do you guys think about that? Do you like the idea of strawberries in the bottom? And they're just so sweet to each other. I'm just looking to see what else I've got here that might work. Here's the, yeah, okay, I found it. This is the die cut sheet page. Okay, that is the tag that they've used behind, but actually I think that's a little bit big for what I wanted. So this, I've used this smaller one instead. Okay, and I could write a date or something like that on that. I've also got, you know, I could also do, I don't know, a duck if I wanted to, but I don't know if that's right. We've got some little butterflies that'd be cute to add. There's the pot that they used, and they used, you know, they used a radish, and they also used some peas, which are on the sticker sheet. So there's a few options. What do you guys think? Strawberries, says Roz. I think maybe the strawberries will work well. You cut the rim of the flower pot and use it as a water bowl. Huh. You could actually, or you could, yeah, you could just cut the bottom of it and use it as a water bowl too, like cut the bottom bit off and have, so it's got like a little lip. That would actually look really rather nice. But I'm deciding if I'm going to use the special moments, and it's bigger than what it shows on the cover there. It's this size. You can see the size of it. We've got a hip hip hooray, which isn't right for this. We've got some really nice ones that go well for scrapbooking pages, but that aren't right for mine. We've got Easter blessings, special moments, sunny days, fun. Fun could be good. Hello spring, big smiles, hip hip hooray. Okay, but the special moments is the one that I thought worked best with this page. So let's pull that out, and we're nearly done with this. I'm deciding, do I stamp on the actual, I wouldn't stamp on the pattern paper, but I could stamp on the crumb cake if I wanted to, but I don't think I will. I think I'd stamp on a white piece and attach that probably here, and then put a date on here, and down here in this corner I'm going to go with the strawberries. Okay, which strawberries will I use? I think we could either go with the little strawberries, we could go with the big ones. I think maybe the little ones, and there's also these big ones. Those are nice as well, but I actually like the idea of the small ones, so I'm going to pull those off, and I could just stick them here, or I could lift them. If I want to put them on dimensionals, then what I want to do is I want to grab my my embossing buddy and take the sticky off by tapping my embossing buddy all over the back, and that gets rid of any stickiness, and then I can use dimensionals with them. So should I do that? Not that anyone will really notice because it's going to be in an album, right? So let's do it just so I can show you what I mean. Okay, because obviously this is sticky right now because it's a sticker, so it's supposed to be sticky. And then I just tap my little embossing buddy all over it, and it's not a sticker anymore. Okay, so it's just normal die cut now. All right, so let's put a couple of dimensionals behind that. And we're a little bit over time today. I try and keep these videos to an hour, but I probably talk too much today. Sorry, guys. You would put them on the left. Oh, do you think? Well, I was just going with what they did in theirs, putting them on the right. We've got a couple of elements here on the left, but let me just pop that there, see how it looks. It is kind of cute. Do you think on the left instead? What does everyone think? And then I could put my special moments up here. So yes, maybe the left would look better. All right, I'm going to push it down. It's going on the left, just like Cherie said. And then I'm going to grab myself some white cardstock. Let me grab a quick piece. And I'm going to stamp in what color. I'm going to go early espresso because that's also a color from this this selection. And I'm going to put the special moments on this white. Because that's really nice. And these are special moments. Now, you could trim around this with a trimmer, or if you don't care, you can just cut around it with your scissors. Totally up to you. I'm going to go a little bit closer than what I am at the moment. So I'm going to go a little bit in here. It depends. sometimes if you want it to be really, really straight and neat, you're better off using a trimmer. If you don't really care, if it looks a little haphazard, then you can just use your scissors. Now I've said that, I'm going to neaten it up a little bit because I can't help myself. I should have used the trimmer. Oh, well. That's not bad. All right, so I'm going to go here and I'm going to put this. I can glue it straight on, or I could, I'm going to use my crumb cake ink and I'm going to zip around the edges. So you can either use the sponge dauber or you can just, you know, do the edges in the ink, which will look fine. And I'm going to grab and Crumpet came to live with us. I think it was the 18th of December, 2020. Just going to pop that right there. Something else you could add if you wanted to. I've got a journaling pen here. Oh, I'm so excited that we've got journaling pens coming in our new catalogue. Hooray. So I'm going to go December 2020. You could add some antique pearls to this if you wanted to add some embellishments. That would look really nice. So I've moved my embellishments to the other side. So don't feel that you have to stick to exactly what they tell you. The other thing, we could put another photo corner down in this corner if we wanted to, but it might get a little bit lost down here in the carpet. It is a cute page and very easy. So this is the point. I think a lot of people don't try scrapbooking because they feel overwhelmed by it. They feel that you know, it's going to be beyond them. It isn't. It's actually very easy, and these scrapbooking kits make scrapbooking easier than it has probably ever been for most people. Okay, so I would like to encourage you, if you've never tried one of these, I could have also added some strawberries here, which would have looked nice too, so that would sort of bring in the strawberry paper with the strawberries. That probably would have looked really good as well, but I didn't do that. So I'm actually saying that that's a completed page. Does anyone remember? Didn't I say at the end that I was going to show you something and I can't remember what it was now? I did say I might show you something later. What was that? Yeah, look, Tanya, I think it's great for people who used to scrapbook or have never done it before. Those two groups of people. Like if you've been scrapbooking for years, then the kits may seem a little basic to you, but I think it's a really great place to start to get back into it or to get into it for the first time. And not only that, but as a scrapbooker who has been scrapbooking for a long time, I personally like doing what I said to you before, taking a kit and then doing my own thing with it, you know, like this one. This is not one of the pages in the kit, but this is what I use my kit for. So, so if you are a seasoned scrapbooker, you can certainly take all these bits and pieces because everything coordinates. That is the number one thing that you're going to find you love about these kits, okay? Everything is done for you, and I love that. You know, all the coordination. That was my biggest, well, one of my biggest bugbears about scrapbooking back in the old day. I would go into a scrapbooking shop and spend hours and hours trying to match up the DSP with the cardstock, with ribbon, with embellishments, and finding everything to go together. And when I first went and saw Stampin' Up, that was what grabbed me. I went, oh my gosh, this company has done all that hard work for me. All those colors coordinate with each other and my work is done. It just made it so much easier. So that was really what got me hooked on Stampin' Up in the first place. Does that make sense to everyone? Exactly. Even if you don't use the layouts, you can still use those contents to create beautiful cards, beautiful, all sorts of things, beautiful everything, okay? It doesn't have to be exactly what they've told us. And even though I mostly stuck to a scrapbooking layout that they had given me, I did make a few little changes to it because that just suited my photos and what I wanted to achieve. Yeah, there you go. All right. Wasn't there something else I was going to show you? Cherie, do you remember what it was? I don't remember what it was. Oh my goodness. I'm terrible at, I'm saying I'm going to show you something and then what was it? Anyone remember? I'm hoping that someone noticed. Something from the new catalogue. Was it? That's sorry, not helping. I'll have to go back and watch this video so I can see what it was that I was supposed to show you. Something new. It's gone. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We made a page and I'm happy with it. I think it's really cute. I really like it. And the photos are the main thing, the main focus, and that's what I like as well. You're very welcome, you guys. Go have a great day, whatever it is you're doing. I've got a scrapbooking class to get ready for because that's happening tomorrow. And I will see you all again, hopefully on Friday evening for my Friday Night Live when we do our next sketch. Thanks, guys, for being here. I love doing these with you, and thank you so much for letting me show you things and for being in my awesome community of people. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Don't forget to go subscribe to the newsletter so you can get those, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you can keep getting notified when I go live. Thanks, guys. Bye.